Friendship in the storm. Once upon a time, deep in the Arctic, there lived a large, white polar bear named Binky. Binky was a cheerful, curious bear who loved exploring. One day, as snowflakes gently fell from the sky, Binky decided to go outside and play. "Today is going to be so much fun," he thought. Binky joyfully bounced on the snow, playing games while the snowflakes softly touched his fur. But suddenly, the sky darkened and a fierce storm erupted. The wind began to blow so hard that the snowflakes swirled around him like tiny dancers. Binky lost his sense of direction. "What should I do? I'm so scared," he whispered to himself. The storm had left him feeling lost and afraid. At that moment, a kind and clever Arctic fox named Pip came by. Pip's fur shimmered in the snow. "Hello, Binky. Don't be afraid. You're not alone. Come, let's find a safe place together," Pip said gently. Binky, worried, asked, "But the storm is so strong. What will we do?" Pip smiled calmly and replied, "We need to be patient. Together, we can overcome anything." The two of them quickly ran towards an ice cave to escape the cold winds of the storm. When they reached the cave, they discovered how warm and sheltered it was inside. The ice crystals within the cave sparkled like thousands of stars. "We'll be safe here," Pip said. Binky took a deep breath and began to relax a little. As the storm raged outside, Binky and Pip sat together in the cave. "I wonder when this storm will end," Binky asked. Pip replied, "Storms, like the wind, come and go, but we must be patient." After a while, they both realized they were hungry. "We need to catch some fish," Binky exclaimed excitedly. Pip agreed. "Yes, let's go. We can do it if we work together." Though the storm was still howling outside, they had to move quickly and carefully. They ran towards a nearby stream, which was frozen over. Pip used his paw to break some of the ice by the shore and made a hole to fish. Binky approached, stood carefully by the water's edge, and began watching the fish. Pip said in a calm voice, "Catching fish requires patience. You must move slowly and observe carefully." Listening to Pip, Binky gently dipped his paw into the water. It was freezing, but he had to be patient and endure. He waited and waited, and finally, he caught a fish. "I did it," he shouted joyfully. Pip helped catch more fish, and together they caught several more. Since the storm was still strong, they returned to the ice cave to eat their fish. Warming up together, they felt much safer. Eventually, the storm passed. The sun peeked through the clouds, and the sky turned blue again. Binky and Pip stepped out of the cave. A thin layer of light sparkled over the snow, and everything looked as beautiful as a dream. They set off together and soon arrived back at Binky's den. "I learned so much today," Binky said with a happy smile. Pip smiled back and said, "When we face our fears and trust one another, challenges don't seem so big after all." Reflecting on Pip's words, Binky gained more confidence. He was no longer just a playful bear, but also a patient, brave one who believed in the power of friendship. And so, the polar bear Binky and the Arctic fox Pip learned to face every storm together through the strength of their friendship. From that day on, they embarked on many more adventures in the cold but magical world of the Arctic, always supporting each other. Who knows, maybe right now, they are still running together across the snowy fields, playing hide and seek among the snowflakes turned silver by the moonlight. Under the shimmering northern lights dancing in the sky, they may be gazing at the stars that float among the clouds. And as the gentle whisper of the wind drifts through, they could be chatting in friendship, setting sail for new adventures beyond the glaciers. And if one day, on a cold winter night, you listen carefully to the sound of the storm outside, maybe you too will hear their laughter, the soft sound of their paws in the snow, and the warm whispers of their friendship. Because Binky and Pip continue to grow their bond with every step, venturing towards new adventures in this endless snowy realm.